Okay, you happy now?
Yep.
Dummy. All right, 2 o'clock. We are officially starting. Found that funny, huh? You know, if Connor would do his own Twitch. Hold on, be right back. I forgot the sound on. Okay. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the must started. Now, must is to rehydrate the yeast. I am using Lalvin D47. This is a champagne yeast. It gives a higher alcohol output. Makes it a better mead, I find it. I mean, you can also use dry active yeast and you don't have to rehydrate it. You can just add it to your mix. But what we need to do is we need to get 2 ounces of water for each must. I'm making 2 gallons of mead, so I'm going to have 2 musts started. So what I do is I get my distilled water. Use distilled water. It's the best. Purified water could still have some stuff that would ruin your mead. I don't use metric. So 2 ounces in each bowl. Also sterilization. You can't get wrong with too much bleach. Just make sure you rinse it off good. 2 ounces. And then what we will do is we will add a packet to each must bowl. Make sure you get it all in there. Holy shit, I got nervous as fuck, dude. I'm nervous as hell. What the hell? Throw this shit away. Like all of a sudden I got fucking stage fright or something. Now I'm fucking shaking like a leaf. Alright. Stir the must. Get the yeast nice and wet. Get everything in there. Now we're going to let this set for 10 to 15 minutes. That way all the yeast has time to get all activated. I like to give it a little stir just to make sure everything's nice and wet. As soon as it gets wet, it'll come alive. And this is the main, next to the honey, this is what makes the alcohol in the mead. Is yeast eating the sugars from the honey and whatever else you use. And what yeast does is it eats sugar, it craps alcohol. So what you're drinking is a big bottle of crap. I'm kidding. We also need raisins. I like to use raisins as a nutrient for the yeast. And for each gallon, I like to use either 15 to 18 raisins. I mean, you can add more. It doesn't really matter. You're all going to drain it off when it comes to secondary anyway. But raisins, you realize they're just grape jerky, right? So, one more thing is we need raw, organic, unfiltered, uncooked honey. The reason why you need it unpasteurized, unfiltered, uncooked is because there should be yeast still in the honey. Everybody knows how honey is made. Bees, they eat the pollen, they regurgitate it after they digest it a little bit, and that's what you get your delicious honey from. Bee vomit. So another key ingredient. So we've got yeast shit, bee vomit, distilled water, and thyme, and that's all you need. So I'm going to start adding the honey while my musts are setting up. For each gallon of mead, you're going to need at least 3 pounds of honey. If you want a drier more alcoholic tasting mead, use a little bit less honey. I have went so far as to only use 2 pounds of honey. Gives a much drier taste to the mead. Not really something I care. I want a nice sweet mead. So I will use 3 pounds of honey for each flavor that I'm doing today. And you think about it. It's so simple. It's almost dangerously simple. So I've got 3 2-pound containers of the mead. Each one of these will get 1, and then I will put halvesies on the rest. Excuse me. I have that bottle sitting in the middle of me. Okay, now what we'll do is I'll go take some of the distilled water just to get some of that. Just to get every little bit of honey out of there. Don't ever use tap water. That is like the worst thing. That would be like sticking your ass on the bottle after you got done sanitizing it. Do not use tap water. Not even for rooming. That's why I always get 2 gallons no matter how much I'm making, because you cannot have enough distilled water. So, and we don't want nobody putting their asses on the bottle when you get done. Okay, 2 pounds of honey. Then we're going to add some more distilled water inside the jug because we have got to thin this out a little bit. Okay. What you're going to want is you're going to want one of your stoppers. It's already been sanitized. You're going to put your thumb on it. You're going to swish this around until the water and the honey are nice and mixed. Okay, that. Now you're going to want to typically get it to where the honey is not sticking to the bottle. And we've got a good mix going on there. So remove the stopper. Now today's flavors, I was going to try and go like a seasonal Thanksgiving type. And what's better than that is cranberry. So what I got is some cranberry juice. Now, since this is just the first fermentation, I want to kind of add a little bit of color, not a whole lot of flavor. I plan on doing more of that with the secondary fermentation. After mead sits for a month, it's got all the raisins, it's got the dead yeast in the bottom, because alcohol that the yeast produces will kill off the live yeast. So all that yeast will fall to the bottom. And what you want to do with a secondary racking is you want to get the mead away from the dead yeast, away out off the raisins, and I'm going to try to add the secondary flavors, more cranberry, and do a secondary fermentation. That's where the rest of the live yeast is going to feed off the new sugars, and it's going to give a higher alcohol content. I don't have a gravity tester, so I'm just kind of going by taste, which I have been for a little while. And what we don't want is to make too thick of a mix, because yeast, when it's live and it's doing its thing, it bubbles, and way too many times I've had explosions, over drips, just bubble all over the place. So I'm going to try and make it as thin as I possibly can, with trying to keep as much flavor as in there. So we're going to add our all-natural cranberry juice. Now we're not going to use a full gallon because I'm also going to make a cran cherry. So that looks about right. Alright. And when you're filling your bottles, you got to realize that you are going to have a lot of bubbling, a lot of action going on in here. And you're only going to want to fill it to about maybe right here. The rest of the neck is going to be for excess gases, carbon dioxide that the yeast produces, raisins. They're going to float to the top. You don't want too many raisins because it will plug up the bottle and all that pressure make your spout go out. So we need to add another half of one of these, and then a little bit more water, and then I will do the cran cherry. Honey is delicious. I honestly like the raw honey better. It tastes better. So I gotta kind of diligent with this and make sure I only get a half. Add this, give it another shake, top it off with the water, add the raisins, and then I'll add my yeast must, sorry. So you three viewers, ask a question. I'll answer as best as I can. I'm not a meat professional by any means. Okay, go a little bit more, and that should be our 3 pounds of honey. Okay, that's good. Let that settle. We're going to get our stopper again. Going to add some more water. Funnel. Now Vikings, they didn't have Lalvin D47. They didn't have dry active yeast. What they did have, rotten material. Everything has yeast in it. That's how things decay, break down, go back to the earth. So wood, flowers, fruits, they all have this yeast in it that takes over when you die, or when you get pulled off your branch or whatever. The Vikings used this type of yeast. They would just get honey off the honeycomb, add their water. If they were making different fruit mix, they would add whatever seasonal fruits were available, and then they would just put in a couple of these like sticks, and that yeast would take over, and that was how they made mead. If you knew how to make mead, or you could make mead back then, you were considered a shaman. I mean, you were a holy man. You were blessed by the gods themselves. Alright, add a little bit. Gonna mix this up with some shaking. That has got a really unnatural color there, but hey, it'll be good when it clears up. Okay, I think it is good and aerated. So now, add a little bit more water, and we'll call that bottle good, and then I will move this off to the side, and we will do our cherry cran. If you guys can see that all right. Thank you, Connor, for doing that stupid face, whatever the fuck that is. Come back to this. Now we will do let's just go ahead and I'll add the water and the honey to this one. Something to mix up with. And if you can, if you can buy raw, unfiltered honey, like from the Amish or some professional beekeeper, that would be optimal. I don't know, bees didn't have a very good time making honey this year. I couldn't find anything anywhere. So what we'll do, we'll add water to this. Where do I do my jug? I still got some water I can use. No, the yeast is not the first thing I put in. The yeast will be the last thing I put in when I get everything else prepared. The yeast right now is becoming active, getting rehydrated, getting hungry, wanting to eat all that sugar. So the yeast will be the last thing that I put in before I give it a final shake, add the raisins, and then put the gas stoppers on them. Interesting question. Yes, the yeast is the first thing I will put into the bowl. The only thing I will put into these bowls. Oh, delicious. Alright, now I'm going to add the rest of this honey, because I've already got it measured out. So we got my cranberry over here sitting. Now we're going to get the cran cherry. Wasn't actually planning on doing a cran cherry, but the cherry one was a really good one that I did last year. It really had a good taste to it. Never really got to drink much of it because I gave more of it away than anything. Hear that? Sounds like a queef. A honey queef. God damn, that's good. Alright, last bit of this water. Oh shit, a little too much in there. And I think I'm good on the amount of water that I've already used, because I'm going to be adding the rest of my cranberry juice, and I'm going to be adding tart cherry. And I do like this because it is fresh pressed. It's made with real fruit. Right, got the honey, got actually, that might be a little bit too much water. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to have much room, so what I will do is I will remove some of this water. Shouldn't be too much of a problem because I haven't shaken it up yet. Should still be alright. Now, I'll shake it up. I love the way this honey looks. It's got a real nice, dark, natural. It's not the honey corn syrup. See, this is too much. I mean, this is honey and corn syrup, which tastes good. Yeah, the honey don't look like that. I mean, that's just way too processed. On this flavor here, I want more of a predominant cherry than I want cranberry. I want the cranberry to be the after tart taste. With my cranberry, it's going to be nothing but tart. I think the honey's going to take some of that away. But on this one, I want the cherry to be predominant. So what we're going to do is we're going to nice deep red, like blood. Oh, that's almost a whole damn bottle. I want to save some of this to drink it. Alright, that'll be enough cherry. Top it off with cranberry. Okay, hopefully that's not too thick. All right. Ooh, that is tart. I'll drink some of this. Oh, goddamn. That is real tart cherry. Alright, never mind then. We got nothing but tartness. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to put this stopper back on, shake the living shit out of it, get it all nice and aerated. You want oxygen when you first start, not any time after that. Actually, I think I'm going to pour a little bit of this out. No, it should be alright. I've only got another 2 ounces of water that I need to add. Actually, just to be on the safe side, I am going to pour some of this out. Actually, it ain't too bad. I think I'll leave it. 'Cause I still got water. Add my raisins. I think it is looking really good. So, go ahead and add the raisins now. 15 per gallon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm going to go 18 this time. Just because I don't want to pull more raisins out. Okay, and then add to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You should be alright with 15 to 20, and if you drop one, don't worry about it. Dogs will eat it. Okay. I'm going to have to label these because they look way too similar. This one is a little bit more purple than this one. But now to add the must. The must has been going now for about 20 minutes. It should be all good. Pour that in. Swirl it around a little bit. Make sure you get everything. Okay. We got that one. Rinse your bowl. Set this one off to the side. Grab the next one. Hey, we're back up to 4 viewers. Leave a comment. Let me know who you are. because if you know me, I want to say hi. And if you don't know me, how you doing? Add the must. Oh, look at it just take to it. Ah. This mix that we made. Holy crap! 5 viewers! Holy shit! More viewers than I've ever had, even on my Destiny Twitch. Or my Dead by Daylight Twitch, or any of my fucking Twitches. I set a record. I think this is going to give me an award or something. Alright, now. Raisins, yeast, mix. And I think we are ready to seal it off. Oh, I lost 2. Way to go, Brandon. You made me lose 2 viewers. Just kidding. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the rubber stopper in. We're going to give this one final shake. Get everything nice and mixed. Get all the air locked up into the liquid. Okay. Nice and mixed. Where's my cap? Yeah, I put this under a food. Not bad, 7 people. You know, I wish they would follow me. I mean, I could get some stuff going on. Okay, now we're going to add our gas stops. All right, this is the first piece. This is the airlock. And it just goes right in the hole. Little toilet humor there. Right in the hole. What that does is it locks up nice and airtight. Now, what else we need is we need the bubbler that goes on top. Boom, boom. And what we're going to need is some water. Once again, use distilled water. Because you use tap water on these, the bacteria can go up through the airlock, go down into your mix, mess everything up. You don't need much. Just enough to fill it to the little line. Now what will happen is the yeast eats the sugars, creates carbon dioxide, poops out alcohol. The bubbles will rise to the top. When it gets to a certain level, the bubbles will come out, aerate through the top. They didn't have this. They had cloths in Viking times. Now, if you don't have these gas locks, you can use balloons. That's how I made my first couple of batches. Stretch a balloon over the top, a couple of little pinholes. The balloon will fill up with carbon dioxide. No air can get in because you're constantly ejecting the carbon dioxide out of the holes. If you want to try mead for the first time, the only thing that is an absolute must is something to put it in. You can use dry active yeast. You can get that anywhere. Quality honey. I would suggest just making a regular mead for the first time. There's tons of recipes on YouTube that you can look at. After that, we put the caps on the top. Now you want to put these someplace. You don't want to put them in sunlight. Sunlight will kill yeast. You want to put them someplace cool and dark. Right now, I'm going to put these over on a tray on the kitchen, the dining room table, because I want to watch it. I want to monitor it. I want to make sure that it's not going to just bubble up and turn into a fucking mess. That's why you use a tray underneath to catch all the drips. For the first couple of days, you're going to want to watch it. You're going to want to monitor it, see what's going on, see how it's reacting. Just in case I did get a bad bag of yeast, that it was already dead, no coming back from it, didn't take to the thing. This is going to make sure that I'm getting a nice fermentation process. So here we got cran cherry, cranberry. I'm going to mark these so I don't forget which ones I'm using. And I don't have a marker anywhere or a label. Connor, do you got a Sharpie?
No, I know where one is.
Alright, where is one?
One.
Alright. It's not like some weird ass color art, is it? I want black. And you know, just what about a towel? Yes, Brandon, I'm gonna put a towel over these first starting out just to get the fermentation process to keep it nice and dark so no extra light can come in. Alright, thank you, my boy. So this is cranberry. This is cran cherry. Thank you, my loyal assistant. Off with you. Huh? You want to watch the live version? Yeah. Alright. Well, we're pretty much done.
Can I say hello?
Yeah, everybody, say hello.
All four of you. Hello.
Afraid to catch that hand, weren't you? Would have been like, what do you need? To put the light bulb down and... Seriously, bro. Seriously. So for right now, I'm going to leave these right here. Get rid of my refuse. Ooh, look at that. I got some honey water in there. That's going to be delicious. Mmm. Mmm. Woo! Sweet nectar of the gods. Okay, put all the stuff away, clean up so I don't get in trouble with the wife. You want some cherry juice? It's very tart.
Yeah, I saw the stream. Saw how tart it was with your butt lips on it.
So, hey, still got 4 viewers. Say hi. Just tell me what's up.
Yeah, I'm not one of them.
Why, did you exit out and get down here?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, 4 viewers and only one of them's my son. The other one got out of it. Holy shit! Tell me how the quality looks. I mean, hell, put a suggestion in for other flavors. I'm going to make another couple batches in another few months.
It's like 480p. It's the quality.
No, really?
It's
Well, I'm doing my phone right now, so. Coming down to get some delicious tart cherry juice. Boy. What's the matter?
It's funny.
Why is it so funny? This is how I would give a mead class. I'm a shaman.
Shaman. It's
Modern
pronounced
day
shaman.
Viking.
Huh?
Modern day Viking.
Modern day Viking.
Husband and father of 3 young men. A wolf pack.
Yeah, you guys are my wolf pack.
You bio.
Are you gonna end the stream soon so I can get something to eat? I haven't made my sandwich yet that I was gonna make.
Alright.
Actually, no, keep on the stream.
Go
New
ahead.
content, dude.
New content. Connor's going to make a sandwich. Would you go get me an old towel?
Yes.
An old shitty towel? What? I just need one.
I need one.
Hugs for Reals 85. Yes, it is not alcohol right now. Most viewers I've ever had. And I think we just hit the end button. And thanks for watching. Mead stream will be continued tomorrow.